Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Secrets from Aphrodite's Box. Today I have a special guest. I have Madam Carmen with me today.
Hi.
And as you know, I have Miss Tomorrow here from a couple of other videos ago, my special friend. Today we are going to step in the world of kink culture. This is a topic I wanted to get into because when I would talk to people about this topic, a lot of people will kind of like step back to me and be like, huh? What? And they don't know a lot about it. And so I wanted to do this video with you because you know a lot about it.
That lifestyle.
And
My life.
yes, what you do. And so I wanted to bring you on to kind of give people an insight to the kink world. So if you can just give a definition of what kink culture is.
Kink culture is it's just a lifestyle. It's an alternative lifestyle, alternative sexual lifestyle. I can add that little bit in it, but it's not always about sex. Kink is pretty synonymous. It's like another word for BDSM, if you will. BDSM is bondage, domination, sadomasochism. And that's a lifestyle that you participate with fetishes. You incorporate fetishes with, and those things are kinks. So kink is basically just the general term for all of that in like an umbrella.
I always thought kink was just whatever that little thing is that turns you on.
That's a fetish.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like
okay.
So you kind of have
kink
kink,
fetishes,
and then from kink you kind of have
the different
like the umbrella
fetishes,
different things.
So
Okay.
BDSM and kink, they can be used and like
intertwined.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
So instead of saying, I'm being really BDSM-y, I'm being real kinky.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds better.
So it's kind of like
it's a better word to use instead of BDSM.
Yeah, but BDSM is the foundation of it.
Got you. Okay.
But yeah, kink is just more so of, like you said, it's like the things that you enjoy doing, the practices and the fetishes that you actually participate in, whatever it is that you're experiencing within the BDSM lifestyle. That's your kink. It's within you. It's whatever it is that you want. So my kink could be, what my kink is, I have a kink fetish. I like to call it fetish. I can't call it kink, but I have a fetish for men who have foot fetishes. Women
okay,
too.
you got a fetish for a fetish.
Yes. I have a fetish for fetish. So
I love that.
like, I just love men and women who worship feet.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking adore that.
What is it? What about that just does it for you?
Everybody's different.
Of course.
Every person who has worshipped my feet worships them differently.
Mm-hmm.
And I can orgasm from my feet.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
It's very, very rare, but there's a couple of people who have done that for me. And it's kind of like a moment of vulnerability for myself as being a dom, and it's like one of the only times that I will allow myself to become vulnerable in that.
Quick question: what do you mean by worshiping? Like, is that kissing? Is that praising?
It's
what
literally
is it? Like bowing?
Everything.
Okay.
It's literally any way that they lick, suck,
Smells,
Okay.
just looking at them,
Okay.
talking about them. I love, one of my favorite things to do, because I giggle when I do it, is like have my feet, that's my little whip, but like have my feet out like this and someone's laying on their back and you're just wiggling your toes and over their head. They're not touching you or anything. You're just kind of just sitting there playing with your feet and wiggling your toes.
Over the head.
Yeah, over their face.
They're over their face.
So they're laying on the back and they're just in there looking at
They're
it.
not allowed to touch you. They're not allowed to do anything, but they're just doing it. And for a man, you can see them become erect. You can watch how arousing it is for them. So it's like, that's dope to me. I love that. It's a power. It's a power within that. And it's like, like
to know that they can get erect just for me wiggling my toes.
Hell yeah! I don't have to like.
I don't have to do nothing.
I don't have to do anything, and that's beautiful. Like it's not. It has nothing to do with my vagina. It has nothing to do with my curves, my face. It's my feet, and that right there says something. It's very significant because and it's very intimate for me because it's like those like foot fetishers, they worship and they appreciate things that parts of people's bodies that a lot of people don't, you know. There are a lot of men that are like, there are a lot of people that are like, don't touch me with your feet.
I am definitely that one. I put the toe, it's the toe part. The heel I'm okay about. It's about the toes.
The toes is the best part.
That I got a problem with.
Really?
Yes.
I've seen some toes myself. But yeah, so I mean, it's like you said, it's whatever your kink and fetish is. That may not be, but it could be somebody that comes to you and just somebody comes to me and says, "You have some very beautiful feet. I would love to rub your feet. Please, can I please rub your feet?" And in that moment, it's like you're worshiping and you're submitting to me. And you're on your knees and you're doing this and you're looking up at me and you're telling me how beautiful my feet is and how soft my foot is and how they smell good, or, you know, I love this color on your toes. Can I paint your toenails, please? You know, do you need anything? Can I soak your feet? Like in that moment, it's like, yes, no, slow up just a little bit, you know.
So is that normally how it goes? Is you
That's
talk to them in that way? You normally talk to them in that way, like you kind of control the situation, being the dom, like that's how you do.
Yeah, I control the narrative always. When I get done doing whatever it is I'm doing, I'll give them a foot job if they deserve it, or I'll shove my whole foot in their mouth and gag them with my feet. It's different.
Don't mind my face.
You were like, okay, got it, foot jobs, shoving down. Oh,
That sounds painful, but okay.
But it's to see their mouth get that wide, and then it's just like it's like seeing that, and I've done it to men too as well, and women. Like gagging them with a dick. So when you that point of view, the POV of a man getting his dick sucked and seeing a woman's lips wrapped around his penis, that's like what's arousing to them. That's how it looks when someone's foot is in your mouth. I mean, when your foot is in their mouth, because their whole mouth is wrapped and they're looking up at you like they're enjoying this, and it's like a submission. So when you see men getting their dick sucked and they like, look at me, it's like how they're looking. They're looking up and they're like mouth full and they're like, I'll do whatever you want. Like it's that moment. Like you can put as much dick in my mouth as you can. So it's the same. It's the same type of perspective for me.
Okay. Right quick. I have another question.
Sure.
I'm sorry, I'm a question person.
Absolutely.
So I want to start a little bit early. How did you get into it? What was the first one to be like, yeah, I like putting my feet in people's mouth. Yeah, I like doing this. Is it just through random experiences of sex, or was it someone in particular that turned you on to it and showed you all these different things?
I think when only we're talking specifically about
the whole dominant, just everything that you do, Madam Carmen.
Okay,
this is what I'm speaking of.
Somebody, my mentee asked me this last night actually, and it made me. It had me revisit this moment. So I'll give y'all the little story.
Okay.
So I was about 21. I'm 31. So about 10 years ago, I was messing with this guy. He's about 38, and we were intimate, and we had really strong sexual chemistry. And then one day he came and he was kind of drunk, and he came over to the house and he was like, I want you to do whatever you want to me. And I was already, before then, I was already into kink, but I was more so a voyeur. I was more so enjoying the fetish of just watching people have sex and be intimate and just sitting in a room. Like I can sit in this chair and watch people have sex and you wouldn't even know. You'll forget that I'm even in there. I'm not masturbating or anything like that. It's just more so of like, this is beautiful, because it's art to me. Sex is art. So, you know, before that, I was already kind of like, you know, studying BDSM and stuff like that, but he never knew that, and I never told anybody that because I thought it was weird. So when he said that, I was like it piqued my interest, and I'm like, I could do anything to you. He's like, you could do, and I said, well, you drunk? So I don't really know. He's like, I ain't that drunk, and I had him do like the sobriety test. I was like, because I want to make sure that if I do anything to you, I don't want to want you to feel like you. I don't want you to regret it in the moment, you know. So. Right. I laid him down on my bed, and I had already had candles lit, I had candles lit, and then I had took one of my head wraps and I tied it up around his eyes, and I gagged him with my panties, and I had some handcuffs already. Handcuffed him on the bed, and the only thing that was free was his legs. And I just told him, I said, don't move your legs at all. If you move your legs, you'll be punished.
Oh,
and he was like, he just was like, like, okay, this is
like
before
where this is going.
Yeah, so he was like, okay, I won't. And so he couldn't see, he couldn't talk, he couldn't grab me, and I love that. That means that I can do whatever I want to you, because a lot of times when I was having sex with him, he wanted to be able to be the dominant one, and then he'll get upset because I'm like, fuck me harder, and he's like he can't keep up with me telling him what I want. So it was finally to the point where I'm like, I can do whatever I want to you in that moment. And I did so much shit to him. I flicked his nipples, I thumped his nipples, I pinched them, I smacked his stomach, his ass, like I was hitting him, smacking his face, I spat on him, I tickled his toes, and that was when he was like, when he moved his legs. When I told you can't move your legs, you'll be punished. Okay. So I tickled his toes, and he was doing all this, and I said, you move your legs, now you know what's gonna happen. And all you can hear is, oh, like he already knew something. And he can't see, so he's like, I don't know what's about to happen. So I took the candle, I poured wax on him all around his groin area. I didn't touch his dick, I only did it on his balls, and then he thought I was gonna do it on his dick because I took his penis, and he was, all you heard, oh, like he just, because he knows it's about to happen. All I did was thump the head of his dick, and he just moaned like incredibly loud. And yeah, and then after that, I went and got a towel, wiped it all off, wiped all the wax off or whatnot, and I didn't say anything. I didn't even tell him that I was leaving. I just put a warm towel around him, around his penis, and he was, you could see him like nodding his head like, this is better. So I was like jacking him off and stroking him, and then all of a sudden I got to a point where I was like, I want to ride now. I just want to ride your dick. So I hit him with the Megan. He flat on the head, and I just started bouncing on the dick, and then I could tell he's about to come. And I get up, I untie him, and I take the blindfold off. I took the gag, my panties out his mouth, and then I was like, I'm done. And he was like, you're not gonna make me come? I was like, no, we're finished. This is what I wanted to do. And he was like, my dick is hard and stiff. Can I jack off? I said, no. I said, you said I could do whatever I wanted to do, and that's all I wanted to do. I said, you can go home now. And I didn't want him to go home, but I felt in that moment, I was
so like empowered, like, now you can go, nigga.
And he just kind of like just stared at me and was like, well, and I said, you can't be mad because you said this. This is what you allow. And he was like, can I come back tomorrow?
I want some of that again.
Yeah, he was like, can I come back tomorrow? And I was like, we'll see what's up. I got to go to work or whatnot. And he went on about his business. And then he texted me when he got home, and he told me that he has never had experience like that before. And he was like, when I got home, I came so hard just thinking about everything that happened. And I enjoyed it. That was like my first experience. And then I started learning more about being a dominatrix, and I learned more about being a dom, and if it's right for me, if it was the right fit for me. And because when I was younger, I used to always tell my father that I didn't know how to submit to a man. It was always this thing where all I kept hearing was women saying, I'm just, you're supposed to